All right, we're green for now. And we're going to... Oh, nope. We jumped down to red. Wonderful.
It's okay. Maybe we'll get green one day.
One day. Yeah, I'm going to have to call my internet and yell at them. My internet service provider. So, let's just go ahead and do it. Screw it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Wow.
What happened?
Wonderful. Sorry, guys, for all the mess ups going on here. Now, let's go. I doubt they can even see it right now. Yo, and hello and welcome to the 215th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning high definition, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. And hopefully by next time we're streaming, it won't be...
we know how to stream.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's up, Drive By Joe? Sorry about the stream
quality
right now. My internet's being trash. So
it is what it is.
Yeah, next
but we're
time,
happy to have you here, Mr. Joe.
Yeah,
Mr. Drive-By Joe.
We know you can still hear us out there in the ether. But yeah, I'll have it fixed before next time. But anyways, catch us on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show live. This show is two childhood BFFs and a brand new BFF bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Jafra, alongside Brent Buzzy Bias.
That's the best one yet.
I don't know what that means, but it's something. You know, Buzzy.
Yeah.
It's like a bee or something.
Yeah, I would have had a great name for Devin. Maybe I should call him Devin the Disappearing Mayor.
Yeah, Devin's
Devin
not
the
here this week.
Deserter Mayor.
It's weird because I was gone for like 2 weeks, and then we all get together for one, and then Devin's gone again. I believe Devin's just trying to get out of this job, called the podcast world.
Yeah.
He's feeling sick. He's feeling under the weather.
That's true.
I wonder if he got COVID. We should.
Whoa.
Yeah, I can't even throw those words around.
That's
Yeah, if he did though, we should.
It'd be crazy if he did. but if he did though.
But if he did,
Can you just imagine though if he did?
We don't even we're not even worried for him. It's like, bro, but imagine though. No, yeah, I think he's fine. He said he's feeling like not too bad today, but he'll be back at 100 by next week, and hopefully so will our internet. But Brent, what have you been doing this week?
Oh, man, all kinds of things this week. Hang on. So many things. I made a list. Okay. First of all, I got my first paycheck. Okay.
Wow, ever? Like, ever in life?
Well,
just kidding.
My first
the way
paycheck
you say
from the new job. Actually, it's not my first paycheck, but it's like my first...
Your first real paycheck.
Real paycheck? Yeah.
You got that simmy check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not the stimmy, but the simmy.
The simmy. Yeah. Not to be confused.
Yeah, you don't...
But yeah, I went and bought myself a little present because I was like, I've been working hard, been busting my booty,
Wow.
So I went out and bought a fucking Oculus Quest 2.
Wait, hold on. So we have someone saying if he does, I'm going to throw in an application for the third best friend and sidekick of GSP. That'd be fine. We'll kill Devin.
We're taking sidekick applications. Viewer, we can't see your name because it's a little ghetto right now.
I'll check it out. I'll see who it was.
He'll find out.
I'm assuming with those types of evil words, it's probably someone like Hans. It is Hans.
It is
Hans. Yeah, how did I know it was going to be Hans? But anyways, so Yeah, Brent,
So, yeah,
continue on your
anyways,
merry way.
got my paycheck, went and bought an Oculus Quest 2. I was like,
Wow.
gonna treat myself because, like, I want to get something fancy. It's about that time where I just want to get something fancy. You know what I mean? And it's like I can't get a PlayStation 5. That's what I really want. You know what I mean?
Are you sure though? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure.
I love hating so much on the PS5.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like every game that comes out is like on the Xbox Series X. It runs 12 times better than every other console. It's like, all right, well, that sucks for the PlayStation people, but it's like I do want to play some of those PlayStation exclusives.
The exclusives.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. The exclusives on the PS5 are obviously going to be great, but what they're not telling you is how great the exclusives on the Series X are going to be. And the reason why is because they don't have any exclusives.
They don't want to get you hyped up yet.
They don't have any yet. But there is something about that, not in the news later, because I forgot to include it in the news, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that up. They're talking about E3. There's like a rumor. That's why I'm not including it on news, because it's not verified. There's nothing really happening. But apparently, this guy claims that there's going to be two big Xbox like exclusives that we've never even seen get shown off at E3 this year. So I don't know, man. You might want to think about it. You might want to think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before you go and waste your money on the PS1.
My thought is I'll get a PS5, and then one day, if there's ever some kind of exclusive that like I can only play on the Xbox console, you know what I mean? And like I really just have to have it. You know
You'll
what I mean?
use that third paycheck on it.
I'll use that third paycheck on it. You know what I mean?
Anyway,
I was thinking
so tell me
maybe I'll
about
get
your
the
Quest.
little one, like the Series S.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I've got a 1440p monitor, right? And it targets 1440p, right? That's
correct.
Like its
yeah.
thing. So like that
And
would
it does like
almost
fake 4K. It does like the upscale.
Fuck that! I'll just hook it up to my 1440p monitor, and it would be perfect.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I mean? It's like I'm already set up.
You just play Warzone on there, dude.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I watched. I did some other stuff. I watched Mortal Kombat. I finally watched the Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Did you watch it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we
Just
can't
get
talk
hype
about
for
it.
Yeah, we couldn't talk about it anyways because I think we're still in like that spoiler area. I think Devin watched it, but Devin's not here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
It was good. It wasn't like a great movie or even really a good movie by any
It was
standard.
good. It wasn't really great, but
it was like it was like that old Mortal Kombat movie where it was like good in the sense that it was like a lot of cool choreographed fighting and like it was Mortal Kombat, I don't know. I feel like it did justice if you went in expecting a movie that was like the old movies. Because to me, that's what it felt like, a modern old movie like that.
Like a modern rendition, like it was paying homage to the old
movies. Yeah, it definitely was paying homage. Even at one point in one of the fight scenes, it starts playing this like techno version of the song that was like from back. It was tight.
Well, how are you gonna make a serious Mortal Kombat movie? Like, think about it. Like, the games can't even take themselves seriously. How are you gonna make a serious?
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. It's really brutal too. Like they definitely went all out with the gore. I wish they would have kind of chilled with the one-liners a little bit. Like, like I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like they'd kill each other and be like fatality and stuff. It was like, okay, dude, you did not have to say fatality. That was fucking stupid.
You didn't have to say that.
We would have all known that was a fatality without you saying the word fatality afterwards. But it's like they did shit like that, and it's like, okay, I can excuse that once, but it's like you did it like 3 or 4 times during the movie. It's like,
do they ever do the fight?
I don't remember. They did like all the notable sayings like that are worked into the show.
What's
somehow.
that? Whenever he pops up and he's like, "Whoopsie!" Like,
except for that one.
That doesn't happen.
No, that would be great.
Okay, well then I'm done with that movie.
No, sorry. No, but it was okay. I mean, like the story was dumb as fuck. Okay, but like the action is what you're going for. Basically, the story was just like a loose thread connecting all these dope like fights. Yeah,
just like the game.
Yeah.
The game story is literally that. Like they'll pop up and they'll just be like, hey, and then they just fight. Like there's no like, it's like, why are we doing this again?
That's
like,
pretty much how it felt. Like, and the action was really good though. So I mean, it kind of made up for everything. I don't know. If you like really like action-heavy movies that suck, like with
That
bad
suck.
stories.
who's the best character in the movie?
Oh man, I don't know. Sub-Zero is pretty freaking sweet. Jax's character is dumb. Kano's character is like the comic relief, and it's kind of dumb.
Yeah,
The
they
Dragon
definitely
Mark
shouldn't have
thing
made.
was super lame. Whoever said that, I agree. I don't know. A lot like
You're not making a strong like you're not making me want to go see this.
look, man, you gotta watch it.
Look, man, you gotta watch it. It's not really good.
Scorpion's character was dumb, just like the way they incorporated Scorpion into the show. I actually really like the new character that they added, like for the movie. You know, I forgot what his name was already.
Is it like Kai or something?
I can't remember.
I feel like if I was gonna make a Mortal Kombat movie and I wanted to be as general as possible, I'd just be like, this guy's name is Kai, or like Lie or something. Like it'd just be something real short and like, oh, that's a cool dude. That's a cool dude name.
Oh, I like Goro. They had the forearm guy.
Oh, nice.
You know,
Is he all CG though?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
you know,
unfortunate.
it was sweet. They did a good job on him.
Nice. Okay.
I feel like they put most of the budget into him.
Yeah. What
Anyways,
else did you do, Brett?
Watched a lot of Hoarders. You know,
Wasting time. Wasting precious time, Brent. We only live once in this life. All right? We only get one shot, and you have yet to use it to watch Invincibles.
I'm sorry, I don't have
Invincible.
Amazon Prime. I ran out of money.
I thought you were going to get a trial.
I was gonna get a trial, but I ended up getting HBO Max to watch fucking Mortal Kombat, okay? Which I regret since doing so. Not because I watched Mortal Kombat, because now that I've watched Mortal Kombat,
Now you know
I
not
don't
to
really
watch
want to
Mortal
watch
Kombat.
anything else on HBO Max except Tenet, but I just can't find the time to like.
I'm
get
going to
in the
tell you
mood
right
for-
now, like, and this might catch a lot of flack, but Godzilla versus King Kong, or vice versa, however it's said, is probably just as bad as Mortal Kombat. Like it was made in the same way, where they're just like, let's just think, Brent. Man, you wouldn't get that though because you haven't seen Invincible, Brent. No, but anyways, it's a reference
Oh,
to the show.
sorry, guys. Damn it! I'll get Amazon. Just relax, everybody.
Nah,
I got another check coming one of these days.
and it's going straight to
Amazon. I'm gonna have 20 subscription services by the fucking time. By the time this shit hits the fan, I'm just gonna pay my whole check out to different subscription services, and that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
You know,
That-
that's how I'm gonna live my life.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like you don't really need money for food and stuff if you have every streaming
No,
service.
one of my subscriptions will be like a food thing.
Ooh, yeah, get
You
it
know,
for
I'll
Hello
have,
Fresh
like,
or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Blue Apron, something like that.
Nice. And but you only get like the 3 meals per week
Well,
option.
I'll have like 3 different subscriptions to 3 different food services, and I'll have
Ooh.
one of those snack box services that comes also that brings me snacks in the middle.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I actually got my girlfriend that as a gift. It like brings you a box of like snacks from around the world. Like, okay, it's really cool. They'll bring you, and every month it's like themed like from a different country. So you get like Germany one month, and you open your box, and it'll have like German chocolate and little wafers and shit. And then one month it was like Spain or something, and they had Spanish candy. Sweden. It was really cool. Like,
Yeah, as long as it's not British stuff, like I'm good.
is British candy like terrible or something?
I don't know. I don't like how they call cookies biscuits. I've got a
Yeah.
problem with that.
Well, that's fair.
This-
I also am not keen.
And also, I know
I'm
Jason's
just
listening.
kidding.
That's why.
I'm just kidding.
Be like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of biscuits. Like a biscuit's supposed to be buttery and like savory. Like I don't want. Like how'd they call cookies biscuits? Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like where does
They
that
probably
come from?
think the same about us.
What do
They're
they call
probably like,
biscuits, though?
What the fuck is that? That's not a biscuit. They're
Jason,
like,
what do y'all call actual biscuits? Like if y'all call cookies biscuits, then like what do you call biscuits?
it's like how we call football, but really soccer is football, and we just kind of stole the word football and applied it to a whole different sport.
That's because it like we're American and we like to do that.
And we can do that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But my thing is, I just got to know. Like, I really want to know. Jason, please let me know what you guys call biscuits. You know, actual biscuits, not y'all's fake-ass cookie biscuits.
What if he doesn't know what a biscuit? I guess you can Google it.
It's like a
describe a biscuit
flaky
to
bread,
somebody?
like a flaky bread that you
Like a
typically eat
roll,
with
kinda?
breakfast. You know, like German candy is the best. Drive by Joe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man, what did we have in whenever we took German in high school? Like Mr. Dunbar brought like a bunch of German candies. I can't remember. It's called like Moo something. It was like it had a cow on it.
I don't
shit
know. I
was
went to
chocolatey
Germany
and
one
good.
time and got a bunch of chocolate in the airport and like ate it on the way home, and it was like the best chocolate I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but it was so good.
Oh man, I believe it. You know, the most places do have better quality stuff than America. Like we don't give a fuck. Like here, like I mean, as long as you just throw something on there, like it could just be a wafer with fucking like nacho cheese dried all over the top of it, and we'll just be like, yeah, that's a good snack.
That sounds kind of good.
You know, see what I'm saying? It's like, you don't even have to try here. And over there, they're like, we have 100% whole milk cacao. Like, you know, like they go all in. Cacao. But yeah, so me this week didn't really do too much. Kind of, you know, did some Mother's Day stuff with my sis because she's a mother now. You know, she's got them chilling. And that's about it. You know, we went and ate some good food. Ate a good burger, which was really weird because I asked this dude, I was like, yo, can I get like a lettuce wrap on this burger? And he was like, oh yeah, we got it. We got the spinach wrap, man. And I was like, okay, cool. He literally brought me like a spinach wrap tortilla. Like, I was like, no, like I wanted just like, can you get rid of the bun and like put lettuce? I ate it anyway, so I was just like, I so confused. You know, that dude was high out his mind when I told him that. I was like, I just want to let it, you know, like a lettuce bun, you know, rather than the bun itself. And he's like, oh yeah, man, I got you. He didn't even like. He was so confident that he knew exactly what I was talking about. He just like brought me a tortilla wrapped around my burger, and I was like, okay,
Oh,
all
gosh.
right, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, let's move into the video game news, dude. Let's get real.
Let's get real.
Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're simply bringing them all to one place to just give them to you guys and let you hear about it. You want me to start?
Yeah, kick it off.
All right, Liam Wiseman at
Whoa.
IGN. He's wise, man. Square Enix has confirmed that Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade will be exclusive to PS5 for at least 6 months. A graphic at the end of the final trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade reveals that the game will remain exclusive to Sony's console for at least the first 6 months after its release or after it releases. The trailer also showcases more of the new expanded story of the game, focusing particularly on the new Yuffie chapter and revealing some new boss fights, such as a new encounter against Scarlet and a combat-ready new Shinra mech suit. The exclusivity window is not entirely surprising, given that the original release of Final Fantasy VII Remake was exclusive to PS4 and also had a timed exclusivity deal in place. But my problem with this is that it's exclusive to PS5. That means it's also not coming to PS4, which is weird because it's like, how are you going to put DLC out for a game that came out on PS4, but you can't play it on PS4? Like, you can only play it on PS5.
I feel like that's just kind of cruel on their part because it's like it seems like a tactic to try to get people to buy PS5s, but it's like you can't really buy a PS5 right now, even if you want to. It's like, yeah, I don't need any more incentive to buy a fucking PS5. I just need the ability to buy a PS5. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to convince anybody who's not already ready to get a PS5. This is just like holding a game from people.
Yeah,
it's
making
like,
it. You know, it really also kind of makes me sad is like the people who do have a PS5 right now, and it's, you know, definitely my fault. Like, I understand that I could have found people to help me and got like extra computers and like devices and started doing double tapping on the things, but it's like I just don't want to have to jump through all these hoops, you know what I mean? And I understand that I could have, and I probably could have a PS5 right now, or I could have bought one from a scalper or something, but it just sucks that it's come to that. But It sucks that I'm missing out on all these free games for PS5 right now because, like, since the PS5 came out, they've been getting, like, at least one free game a month. You know what I mean?
So you can't download it to your PS4, like, just to the store or something?
I haven't even tried.
Yeah,
to be
you
honest
probably
with
could
you.
just do that.
I probably should have been looking. Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Solved here.
I'm still not sure, though.
Yeah,
You know
just
what I
in
mean?
case. I would check it out just so
Yeah.
you don't waste your free games.
Yeah.
What you got, Brent?
Oh, let me tell you what I got. Nintendo has announced a new game creation title for Switch called Game Builder Garage. Much like the Toy-Con Garage mode included in the company's Labo kits, Game Builder Garage features interactive lessons and other tools that help you create your own small games, which you can share with other players. According to the description on Nintendo's website, Game Builder Garage teaches the basics of game design and visual programming with step-by-step lessons created by the minds at Nintendo. These guided lessons illustrate how to program 7 different games by teaching basic logic strings.
Yeah.
Some of the sample I can't hardly read this. Some of the sample games the software shows you how to create include a head-to-head racing and one in which you guide a ball through a maze using motion controls. In addition to the lessons, Game Builder Garage features a free programming that provides you with plenty of leeway to create your own games. If you have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, you can also share your games and download those created by other players. According to Nintendo's website, you can create games in Game Builder Garage using either buttons on the Switch or on the system's touchscreen if you're playing in handheld mode or on a Switch Lite. You can also use a compatible USB mouse when playing with your system docked. So I guess you can plug like a mouse up to your Switch and use it. That's kind of cool. Game Builder Garage releases for Switch on June 11th. The game retails for $30 and is available to pre-order now on Switch eShop and other retailers. The digital version weighs in at 10.5 gigabytes.
The game looks dope. Have you watched the trailer for it?
No, I
Looks
haven't.
really interesting. But before we get into that, Drive By Joe says, yeah, it's your fault for not paying scalper prices. No, just kidding. No, but that, no, somebody said you can still claim the free PS5 games. You'll have to go online and claim them, though.
Okay, I should have been doing that.
Yeah.
Man, I missed out on several good games. That's a bummer.
Yeah, you can go through the PlayStation app.
Well, the more you know. I guess, hopefully somebody else out there is listening and they were ignorant like me and they learned something.
It's almost like they bring the news to us. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, that game looks so cool. It looks like Mario Maker, but with like this whole different take where like you drag lines to different things. So like it'll be like here's a button or whatever. So it's like a button and you drag a line to it to tell it what to do. Like you can drag it to the thing that says make it jump or this button does this. And you can like overlap or like you can be like if you hold it, it does this or whatever. And like it's pretty interesting.
I can't wait to see what I like games like that, like Dreams and Mario Maker and stuff, not because I like to make my own shit, but because I like to play the creative stuff that the community comes up with. Like I seriously bought Dreams and I haven't made a single thing in Dreams. I just go on there and like play other people's shit that they've come up with, and it's like insane the minds of some of these people, like in the games they come up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only unfortunate thing about a Nintendo Switch version of this is that you probably can't bring in external assets like you can in Dreams and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
But I bet you could still come up with some cool shit. You know what I mean? Like there's some creative people, and even with a limited set of tools, I think people will come up with some neat like games if they're given even a little bit of creative freedom on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It looks pretty open. It looks more open than Mario Maker. But anyways, let's see. Speaking of Switch stuff, Matt Perslau at IGN says Nintendo has reported that it has experienced its most profitable financial year on record, with operating profit up 81% year on year. Additionally, the company is approaching 85 million sales of its Nintendo Switch console. So I'm not going to go into all the super fine details about that, but the point is that Nintendo's still just flourishing, dude. Like they're killing it right now.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, like you look at the Switch and you compare it to like everything that's out right now. Like you even a PS4 and an Xbox One is like, like technically just miles and leaps and bounds, ahead of the Switch. But
yeah.
Nintendo just seems to know their niche. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
also, I think, I think this is kind of one of the reasons why I bought the Oculus Quest 2 is like all this new console hype going on and like all this, new fever with like the new graphics cards, new consoles. Everybody's hyped up about new shit and they want to go out and get something new, but they can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I end up going and get my Oculus Quest. I think a lot of people are ending up going and picking up a fucking Switch Lite or something, just to like
also,
satiate that like want for something new.
But
you
it's
know
this
what I mean?
overall past year. So you also have to account for before the PS5 and the Xbox Series X came out. So like this goes all the way back to
True.
quarantine basically. You got to think of Animal Crossing coming out and just exploding and creating like a zeitgeist and stuff like that. So like even before all that, they were doing well on their own. You know what I'm saying?
It's affordable too. I think the fact that the Switch Lite is only $200 makes it really accessible. People are buying them for their kids to like shut them up.
And it's portable. Yeah, you can play Fortnite on it. That's all you need for a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh man, who needs babysitters? You just need Fortnite and a Switch. And then like make sure there's no like spikes or anything around your house. I don't know how kids are raised. I don't know how to take care of a kid. But anyway, so anyways, what you got, Brent?
Was it hard to get was it hard to get a what viewer? Sorry, I don't know who the viewer is. My Oculus? No, it wasn't hard at all. I went into Walmart and I grabbed one off the shelf and I walked up to the dude and I was like, "I'll take an Oculus Quest 2, please."
That's Jonesy. That's Aaron Jones asking that.
It was super freaking easy and like they're super available. Like you can order them online. You can go get them at almost any retail store like Target and Walmart. All have them, I think. So
I think PSVR is having trouble. Or you're having trouble finding PSVR because they don't produce them anymore. So
do they
like,
not?
as far as I know, they don't.
I thought they had a newer bundle that just came out pretty recently.
I thought they stopped the production on the PSVR.
I don't know. Maybe they did.
Let me see.
I know that if you want to connect a PSVR to a PS5, you have to have a special adapter ordered from online. It's free. You just have to send them like the serial number for your VR or something, and they'll send you like an adapter to go with it that hooks it to your PS5.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Let me see. Are being created that include some new marketing. I don't know. I could have swore that I thought we talked about it on here at one point, but maybe not.
I do know that the PSVR hardware is a little outdated compared to like most modern headsets. Like I feel like buying a PSVR now is a bad investment just because of there's
with
a lot of
Quest
great
being out there, like
there's a lot of great PSVR games, but it's like for the same price you could go get a Quest 2 and like
get most of the same games at like higher quality, higher frame rate, and like all that stuff. So, but anyways, wait, you didn't even go, did you? No, you were just talking to Aaron. What you got?
Okay. The Among Us Collector's Edition includes two... Oh, I don't know why it's like jumping me. Anyways, they're doing an Among Us Collector's Edition from Limited Run. You know the Limited Run games people?
Yeah. Where they do like the little box sets, basically.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Limited Run is a company that takes like digital-only games and then does a limited run, and they like print out a bunch of digital like cases and copies and like sell them.
They did it for Turok on Switch, Turok and Turok 2, and they had like some dope, like you got like an N64 box with it. It was so cool.
Yeah. So if you're like a huge Among Us fan, this is like a steel case and it comes with like posters and like buttons and stuff. But it's like $90 and it comes with 2 copies of the game. But it's like the game is only $4 on Steam, so it's like. But it's got a lot of cool collectible shit. So again, it's kind of only for collectors, I guess. But
you're a humongous fan. But anyways, so remember how I was betting that Stadia wasn't gonna survive to the end of this year? I think I'm right. All right. I
Okay.
think this is happening because there's 2 news articles today about Google Stadia. First one is following the departure of Google Stadia's head of product, it has been discovered that another 6 key Stadia staff have left the company.
Uh-oh.
However, all 6 have joined the newly established Haven Entertainment Studios, the Montreal-based studio working on a new IP for Sony. As noted by a post on Reset Era and discovered via LinkedIn profiles, Stadia Games and Entertainment's general manager Sebastian Puel, head of creative services and publishing Corey May, staff UX researcher Jonathan Dankoff, graphics programmer Pierre-Marc Berube, and concept artist Erwin Le Rosic and Francis Denoncourt have all left for new roles at the swiftly expanding Haven Entertainment Studios. In their new roles at Haven, they're basically just like, working on whatever that Sony game
So these
is.
guys were like Stadia development studio people?
Well, they worked on a lot of different stuff at Google Stadia. But then also, so like the guy that they were talking about that left, and these were the ones that followed. I'm going to go ahead and bring that guy up into it. His name was sorry, that's the wrong one. He was the head of product at Google Stadia, and he left the company. The information published a report noting that John Justice, VP and head of product at Google Stadia, moved on from Google. This was later confirmed in a statement acquired by 9 to 5. Quote, "We can confirm John is no longer with Google and we wish him well on his next step." Google told 9 to 5. Justice was one of the lead faces behind Google Stadia and previously spoke to IGN during Gamescom 2019 about the future of the platform. It's another blow for the cloud gaming service, which shut down all of its internal game development studios in January of this year. But also, not only did they, shut down their internal development, he's the head of product. He's the guy that's like, all right, here's how we're going to market this thing. Here's how we're going to do this. He's like, I'm dipping. So when you see all these people jumping off the ship, you have to assume it's sinking. You know what I'm saying? Like something's going on.
So something's definitely going on. Can I shoot you a wild theory here?
Let's hear it.
Okay, so all these guys are going to a Sony-based company, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a theory, okay? It's probably out there.
I got a theory.
It's probably wild, but we do have a tendency to predict the future, okay?
Yes, we do.
So how about this? What if there's some kind of under-the-table deal going on between Google and Sony right now? And Google's like, yo, Stadia's flopping, and Sony's like, yo, we need a fucking cloud service that doesn't suck ass. And then, Google's like, yo, we'll still use Stadia for relatively cheap and everything that comes with it. And Sony's like, yeah, dog, but we're going to shuffle everything around and make it a company that doesn't actually suck. We're basically just going to use your servers and stuff and, change everything about it and restructure it. And then the first move they're going to make is fucking put those 6 people on the board of development or whatever on a whole new studio that's like a new Sony development team kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I could see that being something, but the problem is that they all went to New Haven Studios or whatever, which is working on a new IP for Sony, like a new game that's supposed to be coming out in the next couple of years.
Dude.
Not a new, I don't know. I just feel like you're not going to take a graphic designer and create a Stadia situation.
No. I mean, this is just they're just moving them because their talents are better resourced elsewhere. But now they have access to these people. That's my theory. That's why they're all 6 going to Sony. You know what I mean? I just feel like, I don't know, they want to keep them in the fold. You know what I mean? But they want to resource them to a different project altogether. I said, I think the only thing Sony would really use from Stadia is whatever resource Stadia is using to broadcast its streaming service.
That's where I think your theory falls apart, is because they would have to buy the servers. Basically, they would have to go in and just take the entire infrastructure, and I don't know how they would do that without it being
just slap Sony on the building. Seriously, why not?
I just don't I'm just saying I don't see them doing that because Sony, what are they gonna do? Just take over? I mean, maybe if you could just bring it to Sony, it
Look,
would be different.
I'm
But-
just saying, I know it's a crazy theory, but crazier things
Hey,
have happened.
they have. But I'm still. Either way, Stadia is gonna shut before the end of the year. I believe it.
All right, we'll have to see.
Hi, Jessica Smith. Yeah, I see you out there. Xbox acquisitions, Sony partnerships. Explain to me where you're going with that. All right. Is that like some of the news?
Xbox acquisitions, Sony partnerships. I feel that.
No, Sony did partnership with Discord, if that's what you're talking about. We did talk about that last week. They bought like a small stake in Discord. Unfortunately, Xbox did not. My man, what's up? By the way, if you're listening to the audio version of the podcast, if you want to, hear and actually see who we're talking to, and you want to talk with them as well, you just got to watch our live stream, anywhere that has live streaming abilities like YouTube, Facebook group, or on Twitch.
Yeah.
But anyways, like with Discord, instead of outright buying, investing in partnerships. That's what Sony's doing, which is unfortunate because Xbox should have done it before them. It makes me so upset that Xbox just dipped out. Like, instead they were like, well, if we can't buy the whole thing, we're just not gonna make this partnership.
I really feel like Discord is not going to sell to anybody right away.
No, because they know what they got, man.
Yeah.
They know what they're worth.
Yeah, they know their worth for sure.
Yeah. What you got, Brent?
Okay. Let's see. Resident Evil Village. I'm just going to skip the whole article, but basically it's a long article about how they toned down Resident Evil 8 because they felt like Resident Evil 7 was too scary. Like
It was very scary.
They had playtesters that like wouldn't finish the game because it was too scary, and they're like, we have to tone it down so fucking it'll be less scary and people will actually play it. You know what I mean?
Which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because how are they going to know? Like, once they buy the game, it doesn't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's like they already own the game, so if they don't beat it, who cares? Like, you
And
know?
also, it's a horror game, dude. Like, let it be scary. I don't know. It kind of is a bummer to, like, me as a person who, like, enjoyed how scary Resident Evil 7 was, even though I didn't find it particularly, like, that much scarier than 8. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know,
knowing what
man.
it could have been.
Knowing what it could have been, it's like, it's... not even that. I really just hate that they like felt like they had to water anything down. It's like, fuck that. Hit me with all you got. You know what I mean? I want to be
Make it
hit with all you
evil.
got.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 9 better like double down on the scare.
Well,
I have a
if the
theory,
past
actually.
is anything to be, looked at as, some kind of fortune-telling device, you can see that 5 turned into 6 quite easily. And it didn't get to.
I have a theory about this, okay? I think that's why Resident Evil put out the 2 demos. You know how they have, like, the 2 they have the village demo and the castle demo or whatever?
Yeah.
The castle demo is exponentially scarier than the village demo. And
Yeah.
I think they're like, okay, you can only spend 60 minutes on the demo, so pick which one you want to spend 60 minutes with. I think they're going to study, like, who spent more time on the scary one and who spent more time on the not scary one, and like use that statistic somehow into factoring their decision on like what to do with the next one,
Yeah.
like ramp up the scary or turn down the scary.
Yeah, we don't
I
want your
know.
demos anymore. All right, just give us a game. Give us what you want to give us. You know what I'm saying? We got two comments on here. One, I believe it's from Aaron, says, totally agree. I'm having a lot of fun with Resident Evil 8, but it's quote-unquote horror is more jump scares. The story is fun, though, and it's got some twists that are pretty cool so far.
Totally.
And it's got, a tall lady in it. No, but Drive-By Joe says, I feel like Xbox will lose a lot of partnerships because it's quote-unquote we will buy you type of attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Yeah, they're
Discord is case in point on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they shouldn't have tried to buy Discord. They should have just automatically went for the, hey, can we put Discord on our console? Like, what do we have to pay you to just get it on there? Like, that's all they needed to do. They don't need to own Discord. Like, I don't understand that concept. But, I do trust Phil. I do trust Phil Spencer over there, Uncle Phil. He's got it down so far. I feel like he's been the best thing that's happened to Xbox.
For sure.
It's been
in
a
long time.
Yeah,
since
so-
Xbox came out.
And there's a lot of rumors, like, because of all the videos he's been posting with, like, a Switch behind him, and then with characters from Hideo Kojima's video games, that there's going to be a Kojima game coming to Xbox pretty soon. So, and also a Switch crossover type thing, a Nintendo crossover type thing happening.
That's weird.
Yeah, very interesting, because also somebody who has a lot of insider knowledge came out, was like, yeah, that it's not like something that they're doing on accident. Like, the reason he has the Switch behind him in his videos is for a specific reason. That he is Uncle Phil. You know, I feel like I know him. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like he's like the coolest dude ever.
He's like the Xbox Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he like comes out with his cool little blazers on and stuff. Like, he don't care. You know, he's just he's chillax, bro. You know. Yeah, but anyways, so let me see what we got here. Microsoft's new Fable game is being developed using the Forza engine. Forza engine, my bad. Is it Forza or Forza?
Forza, I think.
I want to say Forza for some reason. But
Forza sounds like a kind of cheese you would put on like a
sounds
fancy
Italian.
pizza. Yeah.
Is Forza
I got the Forza cheese on the pizza.
The Forza. Yeah, but according to a job listing on Microsoft's website, the listing for a software engineer states that the team at Turn 10 will be working with the Forza tech engine and will be, quote, enriching the tool set to support an open-world action RPG, Fable, end quote. Not only will the engine be powering one of Microsoft's most anticipated new titles for Xbox Series X and S, but the role also involves adding some new bells and whistles to the engine, including new features like ray tracing, which are becoming increasingly utilized in AAA development. Very cool. Can you imagine an open world RPG in the Forza engine? Oh my goodness.
Man.
It's going to be so pretty.
I can definitely imagine it.
It's going to look beautiful.
Like, Forza Horizon specifically is one of those games that I just find, like, really pretty. I don't know. And I like, it's already kind of open world, so, like, I don't know. I got a lot of faith in what they can do with this engine. You know what I mean?
Man. It's going to be nice. You know, they should just make a Shrek game in it. You know? I don't know why.
Dude, they made a Shrek game for the original Xbox that was
remember.
fucking tight, dude. I remember that shit back in the day.
I watched some YouTuber did like a review over that game and trashed it, bro.
Really?
And I was like, man, it was so
that
fun.
That hurts, because I remember, because back in the day, the graphics on that were like
Oh,
super
yeah,
impressive.
dude.
I remember playing the game and thinking, man, this almost looks as good as the movie. It didn't look anywhere near as good as the movie.
Now if you go back and look, but imagine they just made an open world Shrek game in the Forza engine.
I would play the fuck out of that. I think that would sell surprisingly well. I think people would buy it just because it would be so random and like fucking out there.
That's what we need.
And
That's
the whole this whole time Smash Mouth is just playing on a loop in the background.
Dude, yeah, you can't turn it off. Like there's no
you go to the music settings and you like turn it down and it just
goes
turns back up.
No, you turn it down and it gets louder. Like it starts at the lowest it can be, and then it just goes. Somebody just like constantly. All right, what you got?
Oh man, okay. Lost Judgment, a full sequel to Judgment, has been officially announced. Judgment was itself a spinoff of the long-running Yakuza series. And in a live stream hosted by Sega's creative director and series creator Toshihiro Nagayoshi, he and producer, oh my god, I'm not even going to try, gave many details on the new game. Lost Judgment is also launching worldwide simultaneously on September 24th, 2021, which is the first for the developer RGG Studios.
Why'd you turn into like one of those like true crime YouTubers?
Because I was reading too fast and I was like stumbling over the paragraph and I was like, I'm just going to turn into a robot and slow it down, you know?
It is once again making a Call of Duty game for release this year.
That's why Chills does that, dude. I figured it out.
It's he just can't read. Anyways, so what's happening in that summer? Because you switched up too much. Like, just give me the
Lost
summary.
Judgment is coming out. It's
Okay.
a sequel to Judgment, and it's coming out on September 24th.
I'm glad I know what either of those things are.
Judgment is a spin-off of the Yakuza games.
Okay, all right.
You remember this?
Yeah, I
it
do
was a
remember
PlayStation
now.
exclusive.
Yeah, it makes
game.
sense now.
It happened.
Okay. All right. So this comes from Rebecca Valentine at IG, and she says, along with death and taxes, it seems another certainty in life is an annual major Call of Duty release, and 2021 is no exception. Activision has confirmed that, of course, it is once again making a Call of Duty game for release this year, and as been reported, Sledgehammer is back at the helm of making it. This was revealed during Activision Blizzard's Q1 earnings call, during which Activision said the game was both, quote, looking great, end quote, and, quote, on track, end quote, for release in the fall of this year. It will include a campaign, multiplayer, and co-op play.
Whoa.
And will, quote, integrate with an enhanced integrate with and enhance existing Call of Duty ecosystem, end quote, which Warzone, obviously. Possibly a reference to compatibility with Warzone, as has happened with Black Ops Cold War. And critically, it's being, quote, built for the next generation experience, end quote. Beyond that, we don't have too many more details about the next Call of Duty, though Activision promises more details soon. The same report that mentioned Sledgehammer suggests that the game will be called Call of Duty World War II Vanguard and will incorporate, unsurprisingly, a World War II theme. Though reports have differed as to whether this is a straightforward World War II take or an alternate timeline. I think it would be awesome if they called it World War II Vanguard and it was just World War III. They just don't even have the war that they're talking about.
No, because the World War III is gonna be called World War II Vanguard. It's like the title, you know.
Ugh, yeah,
it's like World War 2.5.
World War II obviously
/
didn't work for the last Call of Duty World War II, and this is Sledgehammer. This is just bad. This is going to be a bad game. The Black Ops, or not Black Ops.
I don't know, World War II wasn't the worst game I've ever played. It just wasn't particularly memorable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was very generic. It was here's a World War II shooter, which would be fine, in 2005. But if they did something different, kind of like how they did with Wolfenstein, the New Order or something like that, they made it just, damn, this is cool. I think that could work. The thing is, though,
World War II sold exceptionally well, and
Did
I think,
it?
Yeah, and I think it's because people were hyped about the nostalgia of
a World War II game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was before Warzone. I don't want World War II weapons in Warzone. That just sounds horrible.
World War II Warzone doesn't sound fun to you?
No.
No.
Everyone just got Thompsons and Springfield.
Dude, that would be sick. You hear that bing from the what's that gun that makes the bing?
It's the M1.
Noise? Is it the M1?
Yeah, because you have to shoot all the stuff to get the
Yeah.
clip out. You can't just be popping the clip out.
That's what I want. I want nothing but M1s.
That'd be tight. But anyways, yeah, so that's the news on the Call of Duty. What you got, Brent?
All right, let's see what I got here. Just move on down. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition makes a ton of changes to the original trilogy, particularly to the first one, since it hasn't aged quite as gracefully as the others. But for purists and or masochists, you can still cling to one piece of the original if you so choose. The Mako. The crappy... Man, they're shitting on the Mako, dude. Fuck that. I'm not going to read this guy's...
Basically, it's like a
shit on the
bouncy
Mako.
moon rover that you drive around in.
The original Mako was perfect, okay? I don't care what this guy in the article says, and I think that's the reason they're doing this, because a lot of people feel like I feel.
I feel like this guy's Mako and you crazy.
Sometimes you gotta drive the Mako the way God intended the Mako to be driven.
Wow.
You know?
Okay, that's intense. Something tells me that you might have some rose-tinted glasses on.
No,
whenever you go
I'll
back.
try the new Mako controls. We'll see what
we'll see about
little
it.
updates they did,
So I brought this list to us today, the full list of the top 10 best-selling Star Wars games This was on the news for some reason, and I thought it was interesting because this is of all time.
Okay.
So number 10 was Star Wars Shadow of the Empire, which I think that's that like RTS game, right? Shadow of the Empire.
Remember.
I don't remember that one. But then there number 9 is Star Wars Battlefront from 2004.
Wow, that's number 9?
Number 9.
Wow.
Number 8 is Lego Star Wars. Number 7 is Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Number 6 is Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2005.
Wow.
Number 5 is Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
Okay.
Number 4 is Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Number
That's bullshit.
I mean, it's the highest selling, best selling.
I guess so, but they already had the other Lego Star Wars. I feel like they should have just included those into the fucking...
Well, it was its own thing.
Okay.
And it came out and sold more than the other two separately.
That's ridiculous.
And then number 3 is Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2017.
Okay. That's number 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Number 2 is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And then number 1 is Star Wars Battlefront from 2015.
Wow.
No, not a single KOTOR, but then again, it's an RPG, like it's different, know. People don't.
There isn't a modern way to get KOTOR other than on Steam or something, you know what I mean?
True.
Like if you're just a console
you can get it on
gamer,
iPhone.
Yeah, I guess, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about specifically for PlayStation and Xbox and stuff. Like if they remastered and re-released KOTOR, it would sell fucking hotcakes. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I want to know how many copies of Star Wars, or Knights of the Old Republic. Sold, how many copies did KOTOR sell?
I don't know. I'm surprised it wasn't on the list though.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Force Unleashed hasn't gotten another sequel, just considering that the first one did so well. I guess the second one wasn't on the list, so
yeah, for sure.
All right, well, I'll move on then. Let's see, unless you have
no. Well, it says Knights of the Old Republic sold 2.77 million copies. Approximately. So that's compared to that doesn't make any sense because I don't think that's legit because it's saying that Star Wars Battlefront sold less than that. So maybe at the time it was doing really hot, but over time, like you're saying, because there's no way to get access to the game, it got usurped. You know what I'm saying?
Drive-By Joe says Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles is the best one I've played.
Jedi Power Battles is so, just overlooked, dude. Jedi Power Battles, Obi-Wan, Star Wars Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Adventures is the one I like that I feel like is overlooked, you know what I mean?
And the Squadron games, I wonder why there's not even a squad. And, of course, you would think that the pod racing game would be on here because everyone had that game.
I had it.
Everyone. I feel like everyone had 2 copies of that game for some reason.
Dude, yeah, that game was dope.
But anyways, yeah. What you got, Brent?
Okay, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 will release on Nintendo Switch this summer. It's coming June 25th. Activision announced in a news release as the first blah blah blah. You get it.
Yep.
But yeah, get hyped. It's gonna be tight.
All right, I'm hype.
Reminds me of playing the fucking Tony Hawk Underground on PlayStation Portable back in the day.
That was classic, dude. Oh, man, the good old PSP. Anyways, Adam Bankhurst at IGN says, Conrad Thomas Skivix, the director of The Witcher 3, has resigned from CD Projekt following workplace bullying allegations, which he denies. As reported by Bloomberg, CD Projekt had been conducting a months-long investigation into accusations of mobbing, a Polish term for office bullying, against Thomas Skivix. The commission that was formed to investigate these allegations found him not guilty, but Thomas Skivix decided to still leave the company as there was clear discomfort between him and other members of the studio. Quote, nonetheless, a lot of people are feeling fear, stress, or discomfort when working with me, he wrote. He apologized to staff for all the bad blood I have caused. I am going to continue working on myself, he continued. Changing behavior is a long and arduous process, but I'm not giving up, and I hope to change. According to his LinkedIn profile, he joined CD Projekt as a junior tester in February 2004 to work on The Witcher, and has worked on all 3 Witcher games and was the design director, VP of game development, secondary game director, and head of production of Cyberpunk 2077. Bloomberg notes that Thomas Skavix was set to play a huge role in CD Projekt's next Witcher game. When Bloomberg reached out to him for a comment, he said he was sad a bit, disappointed, and resigned. So this is not looking good for Witcher, because this is the guy that on basically all the Witchers, he was the director. So why I don't understand the bullying thing. Like, he got investigated and they were like, yo, he wasn't really bullying anybody, yet he still resigned. Like, why would you do that? It just doesn't make sense to me. People, man. People.
Maybe he was the one being bullied.
Oh, yeah. Let's turn it around. Hey, man.
Maybe the bully got bullied that time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder what bullying includes, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's just like catching people outside in the office. He's like, "Give me your lunch money."
Giving them wedgies and stuff,
like
and
hanging
swirlies.
them from the flagpole outside.
It's like, man, I really don't want to go to work today. It's
They're like, why, honey?
Yeah, it's like
Steve's gonna be there. Oh,
it's like he's just really mean. It's like, I don't know, bro. It's like you just go get paid. Just go get paid. You know, like, I mean,
he's like tripping people.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Nobody likes their boss. You know, no offense to any bosses out there, but yeah, if you're a boss, you know, no one likes you. You know what I'm saying? That you work with. That typically, like, they'll pretend. You know, like when you're there, they're like, haha, and then as soon as you leave, you know they're talking smack. You know what I'm saying? You can't quit. You got to keep being the boss, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to just boss up and just don't bully anybody. Just boss up. You know what I'm saying? If somebody tells you you're being a bully, you be like, look, all right, I'm sorry. I won't do that again. You know, like I've learned and learn from it. You know, don't do it again. Don't bully nobody. Don't take lunch money. You know,
don't take lunch money. Don't be stealing people's lunch money.
Yeah, no nose flicks. No, you know, like, don't be giving people wedgies.
Swirlies.
Yeah, it's just not the thing to
none
do.
Of that.
But yeah, I'm glad that we're not, like, popular on the internet, because if we were, then we'd be canceled just for this one little section
for
of
our
our conversation.
anti-bully
For making jokes about it. But anyways, you got any more news?
This is serious, Jamel. This is no joke. Okay.
I'm tired of it. I've had it.
Let's see. Oh man, another really long one that I'm not going to read the whole thing on. But basically, the Epic versus Apple lawsuit happened, and there's like a big trial, and a lot of shit like came up that was like, you know, supposed to be secret, you know, company shit.
Yeah.
And basically, Epic found through their investigations that Walmart had planned to make a streaming service.
Yeah, like
Did you see
Stadia
this?
type situation.
So it was like set to be just like fucking Stadia and shit like that, but then it got shelved. It was going to come out in 2019 and it'd be like PlayStation 4 quality, but it got shelved because of COVID. So
nice. That's a good thing. You know?
Yeah. Probably.
Everybody needs to stay in their lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want no Walmart-ass, like, video games.
Dude,
you know what
Walmart's got the cheap video games, bro. If you're buying physical, Walmart's got their shit like $10 cheaper than everybody
that's
else.
cool. That's cool. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want Walmart making my, like, you know, streaming service. That's just like, you're going to get what you pay for with that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to roll it back. You know what I'm saying? They're going to roll back on you.
They're going to roll back the latency.
Oh,
man.
God.
You know?
Now,
they're going to...
Did you also see in that there was like some Xbox documents that got leaked, and apparently Microsoft had paid some people to review
The Last of Us 2. I did see
they're
that.
like, it's a good game.
Yeah,
they're like, the shooting sucks. Like, it's pretty bad, but it's a good game.
I wish Microsoft would have paid me to review The Last of Us 2. That's like my dream job, just getting paid to like spy on other companies by playing their video games. Like,
it's not. Yeah, it's like you're not even technically a reviewer at that point. You're just a spy. You know what I'm saying? But they were nice about it. They weren't even like, they knew no one was going to see it, and they were still like,
yeah, they're probably getting paid to be real and honest. They're like,
Yeah.
they give us your honest feedback. Like, you can't just be like, yeah, the game sucked ass, you know?
And they just fire him because they said it was good. Yeah, that was interesting.
Get out!
Anyways, what you got?
Oh, that's all I've got.
All right,
today.
sweet. We're done with the news. Now we're going to jump on over to this week's releases, where I'm going to let you guys know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days.
Whoa.
7 days. Starting with BB and Tina at the Horse Farm, coming to PS5.
hell.
That crazy PS5 exclusive coming May 11th for $29.99. It's not a PS5 exclusive. It's also on Switch, I think, and some other stuff. But it's only coming to PS5 on May 11th. Anyways, explore the expansive grounds around Martinshof and Falkenstein Castle on horseback in BB and Tina at the Horse Farm. And then we got Mad Devils coming to PC on May 11th. Couldn't find a price, but Mad Devils is a co-op arcade shooter set in a twisted World War II setting. What does an allied occult squad do when betrayed, killed, and resurrected as demons? Their job. Damn it. Okay, and then we got Jin Conception. What? Okay, the Jin Conception coming to Switch and PC on May 12th. Couldn't find a price, but in the fantasy thriller, turn-based social deduction RPG, Jin Conception, 8 playable characters' stories intertwine when 3 characters enter final layer and 2 vanish without a trace. Okay, and then we got Retro Machina coming to Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and PC on May 12th for $19.99. Retro Machina is a single-player action RPG game that follows the adventures of a small robot looking to reclaim the past. Mysteries abound as exploration leads to learning a vast history and origin story. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Wrath of the Druids. It's coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PC on May 13th for $39.99. Explore the haunted wilds and beautiful landscapes of Ireland as you battle a druidic cult known as the Children of Danu in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Wrath of the Druids.
Okay.
Yeah, only $40.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's $39 for
Jesus.
DLC. And then we got Monster Harvest coming to Switch and PC on May 13th for $34.99. Monster Harvest is a monster collecting and farming action RPG with a twist.
That's totally not Pokemon.
Grow, collect, and mutate your crops, then take them into battle. And then we got Remnant from the Ashes coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S May 13th for $39.99. Basically, you're getting the next-gen version of Remnant from the Ashes. So, yeah. And then we got Before We Leave coming to PC on May 13th. Couldn't find a price, but set in a world that's recovered from an apocalypse and ready for exploring and re-civilizing. Before We Leave sees players guide a group of surviving peeps as they chart new discoveries and lands. I hope they got a license for that, because peeps ain't going to be fucking playing, bro. Then we got Ruby, Grim Eclipse, coming to Switch on May 13th for $19.99. Get ready for intense combat action as you battle Grim across familiar regions of Remnant, including new areas never before seen in the show, Ruby. And then we have Getsu Fumadin coming to PC on May 13th. Couldn't find a price, but Getsu Fumadin is an action-adventure game following a lone warrior samurai on a quest to defeat the Great Dragon and other evil investing.
The Great Dragon!
And then we got Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Brent just came. It's coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC on May 14th for $59.99. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is a collection of the first 3 games in the classic sci-fi RPG series, all remastered for modern gaming platforms.
Oh, yes, please.
And then we have Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir, coming to Switch on May 14th for $34.99. Uncover the deadly truth in Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir, a remastered version of Nintendo's Detective Adventure. And then they also have the Famicom Detective Club, The Girl Who Stands Behind, coming the same day and literally says the same thing. But and then we got Subnautica Below Zero. So finally we're getting the sequel to Subnautica, or is this the DLC? What is this?
It's a sequel.
It's the
It's a sequel.
It's the sequel.
It's a sequel.
It's just the sequel. The Subnautica Below Zero is coming to Xbox One, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC on May 14th for $29.99.
That's a good
Dive
deal.
into a freezing underwater adventure on an alien planet set sometime after the original Subnautica. Below Zero challenges you to survive a disaster at an alien research station, craft tools, scavenge for supplies, and unravel the next chapter in the Subnautica story. Okay, that's it for this week's releases, thankfully. But that game sounds awesome. I want more Subnautica. I want to see.
just can't wait for Mass Effect, dude.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's cool too.
It's all that
No, just
matters.
kidding. No, just kidding. It's like that's all right too, I guess.
That's all right, I guess.
Yeah, I know it's like one of the biggest, like releases this year and whatnot. But it's cool, I guess. Whatever. Anyways, we're gonna jump on over to currently playing. Brent, what have you been playing now that you have your Quest 2?
Well, I started out my week playing a lot of Quest 2, but then I got this weird rash on my head. I don't think it has anything to do with the Quest 2 specifically. I think it has to do with working in the kitchen.
What if it is the Quest 2?
I'm going to choose to believe.
What if it's slowly pulling your particles into the virtual world?
Just get sucked in through the
Yeah,
Quest
dude.
2. But yeah, I did play with the Quest 2 a lot when I first got it.
Nice.
But I didn't, I bought the thing and I was like, okay, I'm not going to spend any more money. I'm just going to play the games I've got for now, and then next week I'll buy myself some new game, But I was like,
Wow. Adulting.
yeah.
Good job.
Being responsible here. But basically, I went through and played most of my old games just to see how they ran. I have a lot of old games.
Yeah.
I didn't get to try them all. But, like, one game I noticed in particular, because, like, only a few of them have gotten Quest 2 patches. So, like, all of them look a little bit better just because of the resolution in the headset. But, like
The frames.
there's a few that have gotten, like, really big patches. Like, Red Matter, for example, looks, like, incredible. Like, it really showcases what the Quest 2 compared to the Quest 1 can do. Because it looked okay on the Quest 1. When the Quest 1 came out, everybody was like, Red Matter's the best-looking game on Quest, and I was like, okay. And I tried it, and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty good. But on Quest 2, they have, like, reflections on the glass and stuff that's, like, super realistic. Like, I mean, it's really, really good-looking, So I'm excited to play Resident Evil 4 because the fact that they're making it only for the Quest 2 means I feel like they don't want to be restricted by the hardware limitations of Quest 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like they're going to really maximize the potential on Quest 2. I hope so anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how they're going to do this Resident Evil 4 VR game. Like, is it going to be over the shoulder? Are they going to try and make the whole thing first person like 7 and 8? Like, what's going to happen with it?
It's going to be first person.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm, the whole game.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. I fucking can't wait.
Yeah, dude, that's like one of my favorite Resident Evil games.
Dude, me too. It's so good.
It's not as scary as like the other ones, like
No.
the originals.
That's
but
okay
it's still
with me
fun.
because I feel like in VR, I
It'd
might
be scary.
Yeah, I've already got so many games that are almost too scary to play, and I almost bought this other game the other day, and I was like, I don't need another scary game. I need to finish the scary games I have before I get another scary game because I always just chicken out halfway through the game and like don't play the end of it.
I bet the chainsaw guy is gonna be creepy as
Oh
fuck.
my god, yeah.
Yeah, that and the like if you go stand over by the water, like on the dock, and that thing pops out. Have you ever seen that? Like if you just go wait on the
dude,
dock.
yeah. I wonder if they're gonna leave that in there.
Oh yeah, of course. It's gonna be creepy.
Dude, but yeah, so I played that, and then I played Beat Saber, which looks a lot better. I heard that Super Hot got a 120 hertz update pretty recently,
Dang.
so I want to get that just so I can see what that all about. But I've also noticed that like the menus and stuff are a lot snappier on the new Quest, and just overall the experience is a lot better. And I got the one with 250 gigabytes,
Oh,
so I can hold all my games at once. I don't have to like continuously delete and re-download shit over and over again. So if I ever go like travel somewhere, I can bring it and just have everything all at once, which is really nice.
that's awesome.
But yeah, I played a lot of that, and then I had pre-ordered Resident Evil 8 a while back, and that came out, obviously. But I've been working so much, I haven't had much of a chance to play it. So, I've played maybe the first 3 or 4 hours. Like I just got out of the castle. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Spoiler free here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not playing this, are you?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, spoiler free. But like so far, I'm really, really enjoying it. Like
really,
like a lot.
Even
like,
without the skurs.
It's kind of fucking scary, dude.
It's funny because like you're the first person that said it's scary. Like I keep asking people who are playing it, like, and they're just like, yeah, it's just a bunch of jump scares.
I mean,
like,
yeah, but the jump scares scare the shit out of me, dude.
Really?
like I don't know, man. Like you'll just be walking along, and this fucking vampire thing will hop out of the water at you. And, like, I don't know, the fucking tall bitch is pretty scary, like, with her fucking little knife fingers. And,
the
like,
lady?
The way she, like, comes at you super fast. And, like, I don't know, man. It's not nearly as scary as the last game. But, like, it does make your heart beat a little fast when that bitch is chasing you around. And it's like, you'll be walking down the hall, and then, like, flies will start coming in the room, and like they'll just materialize into one of the like sisters, and she'll be like walking you down, and you like turn around and run away from her, and you like go around the corner, and that bitch like ducking through a doorway with her like Freddy Krueger fingers about to stab you, and it's like, I don't know, it gets intense, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How's the story so far?
It's fucking ridiculous and stupid, and honestly, it's fucking awesome. Like, it's really weird and doesn't make any fucking sense at all. And I'm thinking it might all be like a dream or something, because it's just like some of the stuff that's happening. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like,
how does that make sense in that universe?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And it just kind of goes with it. It's like, okay, you do this thing, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's like, all right, whatever, we're just gonna keep on rolling. You know what I mean? But
remember, he got his hand cut off in 7, right?
Yeah, but they like sewed it on and like did all kinds of shit. Like it was, they led it to believe like maybe they did something that like got it back attached.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna ruin it for you right now. In this game, you're fucking like fighting the big bitch or whatever, and she uses one of her little Freddy Krueger fingers and chops your hand off again. Presumably in the same spot where it got chopped off in the last game. You know what I mean? And he literally just takes the hand and sticks it on his, like, fucking hand socket and, like, pours the little fucking, like, liquid all over his nub. And, like, it just, like, starts going like this. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, good. And he, like, just walks off. And it's like, you just poured the fucking healing thing on your hand and you're just good all of a sudden. Like,
that's kind of interesting. It makes me
think that there's more to it in the story that I just haven't gotten to yet, you know?
I'm thinking he's maybe, he's got the virus, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
You
yeah,
know,
that
like,
seems like probably what's going on
But,
here.
like, in a weird, like, maybe he's got, like, a weird strain of it that, like, they were testing on him, and that's why he can just, like, put his hand back on. But wouldn't he be, like, more surprised that he put his own hand back on and it just works?
I don't know, because he already did it in the last one, and he's, like, shocked and shit. I'm thinking there's, like, 3 things going on. Or one of 3 things going on. Okay? I'm thinking either he's got the virus, like you said, okay? Or I'm thinking maybe this is all a dream and, like, he fell asleep while they were reading, like, a storybook to the kid or something. And, like, this is all just some crazy dream he's having from the trauma from the last game. You know what I mean?
Nah. That's just too much. Like, they would not make an entire game just for him to wake up at the end and be like, yeah, just kidding.
I don't know, man. Anyways, that's
it's not Kojima making this game. Like, it's Capcom.
I'm just saying it's one of my theories.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Gotcha.
And really, those are my only 2 theories so far. I don't have a 3rd theory. I lied.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get it and play it, but I was just busy all weekend.
It's fucking awesome. I will say that. It's a lot of fun.
And I've just been playing the same stuff. It's almost embarrassing. Like I'm still just playing more Warzone, but I'm finally I've almost got my KDR leveled out. Like I'm so close. Like when I first started, I was at like a 0.60 something with my KDR, and now I'm at 0.95. I'm trying to get it to 1. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to 1, and then I'll probably never play it again. Like as soon as I balance out my KDR and like I get it a little bit above my kills up above my deaths, then I'll probably just stop playing, because I think I've put about 10 years into this game. You know, like in a year.
Dude, my KDR on Population 1 is like 1.5 or something.
That's good.
I felt good about it, but like everybody I come across online has like a way higher KDR than me and shit. I'm like, I don't know, man.
It also depends on how much you play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like your KDR is like if you play a lot and your KDR stays that high, you know, 1.5, then it's good. Yeah, then you're good. That's all that matters.
So some of these people play a lot too, you know. I don't know.
They're just pros, you know. That's probably what it is. Or they're probably kids who have nothing else to do, and that's all they do is play that, you know.
There's going to be some crazy hardcore little kids in the future just fucking rolling around like John Wick. What up, Drive-By Joe? Okay, Drive-By Joe says, Returnal, baby. Game gets better each playthrough.
Damn, how many times have you played it?
I think every time you die, it starts you all the way over.
Oh, it's a roguelite?
Like roguelite, yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. But I've also heard it's like I've heard somebody say that they wished it was a Metroid. Like it almost feels like it could be a really cool Metroid game. But I haven't seen much about it or anything. I'm an Xbox guy.
About it too, yeah.
But yeah, how many times have you played it, Drive-By Joe? Let us know. But let's see here. We're gonna jump on before we go to the topic of the show, I'm thinking about also buying Mario Tennis for the Switch.
Oh, bro, I want to get it too.
Ever since I've been playing Wii Sports again, like I just want like a more modern take on like the motion control tennis. And
does it have a motion control mode?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
you
dude.
can choose to play with controls or with motion controls, and it's like I just want to use motion controls, like and just me and my girlfriend play some tennis.
I use the
living room.
motion controls on Pokemon Snap a whole lot. I feel like it's pretty dope on that.
Oh yeah, well no, I mean with the like you mean with this, like you throw the ball or what?
No,
Or
like
you're talking
I
about gyroscoping.
Oh, is that what
That's
is?
called a gyroscope.
Oh, I thought it was related because whenever you hold, like I plug it onto the controllers onto the fucking.
Yeah,
thing
onto the Switch. Yeah, that's
not onto the Switch, onto the little controller pad. You know what I mean?
Oh no, that wouldn't be gyroscope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it works fine. I'll sit in front of the TV and like do like this with the controller, and it'll.
That's cool. I didn't realize that's what you were talking about.
You can
I
do
thought
it
you
either
meant,
way.
like,
You can hook
holding
it on the Switch too, and it works great like that also. But
I feel like it would get in your way if you put the controller up like to take a picture. And it's just like blocking your view.
Well, it's weird because like you can still use the stick too. So like usually I'll kind of recenter in front of what I want, and then like use the aiming to like subtly get the picture just how I want it, and then.
Nice. You get any good pics in there, man?
Oh, bro, you gotta see my fucking photo decks.
I'm a fucking photographer now.
Pretty much. You can hire me for weddings and shit.
Anyways, we're going to jump on over to the topic of the show. Today's topic of the show is actually brought to you by my brother, AJ. We probably should have saved this topic for one day when we just brought him on the show or something. But he was like, you guys got to talk about it. So we're going to do the best games with parkour. The reason I mentioned my brother, he's a parkour guy. If you've ever seen like the dudes just like dropping off of like freaking parking garages and stuff, it was probably him. Like you probably seen a video. He was on ESPN doing that shit and everything. Yeah. So like but yeah, very interesting. So Brent, let's do this. I got 5 of them.
I got 5 of them as well. We probably have some of the same ones.
I tried to do ones that I didn't think you would do, but it's kind of hard because there's not too many parkour games out there, which I think is a problem. We need more parkour.
We need more parkour.
Yeah.
I agree.
So my number 5. Actually, I'm switching my number 5 because I know you probably have it. And also I thought of one just right now. Dying Light is my number 5. That's a really good use of parkour in a video game. Like with the open world, you got zombies everywhere. It's like everybody's dream to run from zombies and also be a parkour master while doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Dying Light was like actually number 1 on my list, but I'm just gonna
I'm
gonna move it all the way down to number 5.
My bad.
No, it's okay. Because I agree, Dying Light is one of my favorite modern games. Like,
It's really good.
Jumping from rooftop to rooftop. Parkour just makes sense in a world where you can't go on the street because zombies are everywhere.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
start climbing shit, and like it just feels good. I mean, obviously the zombies can parkour after you, but like
not
not
really
as good.
though. Like, they can't like jump like long gaps and shit. So like, if you want to escape a horde, just get up high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
or
sure.
like even hopping on cars, like in that game. Like, if you just want to get it, like a mob is coming after you, you can climb up onto a van really fast and like just kind of look down at everybody. You know? I don't know. I fucking love that game, and I like that you can use like melee weapons and like, you know, guns and stuff, and like I would like specialize in lock picking so I could like search police cars and try to find guns.
Yeah, I really hope they you know, start working on the sequel again, because that would be awesome.
The little bit of gameplay they showed for the sequel looked just freaking dope, man.
Yeah, looked promising, but it's been delayed indefinitely. But Drive by Joe is responding to our thing we said earlier. He said, I've got to the third boss, but at different points in the game. He's talking about Returnal, by the way. After a boss kill or permanent unlock, once you die, you come back, start over, but the game is different enemies, harder, different areas. Is different enemies, harder, different areas. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It's like almost like never playing the same game twice, you know, when you die. I like that. But then again, it'd be so hard to get used to, like, you know, like I feel like practice makes perfect, and if like you can't go in knowing what you're about to do, it's just always going to be super hard.
Yeah, and if it's a time loop situation, why wouldn't everything be exactly the same every time you go back in time? That doesn't make... Anyways.
Wait, what are you talking about? It's a time
I thought
thing?
the whole premise of the game was like, when you die, you go back to like Groundhog Day style or Happy Death Day or something, you know? Like,
I didn't know that.
I think, I could be wrong. Correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, Mr. Drive-By Joseph. But...
Wonder how many drive-bys Joe has done. You know, like
too many to count.
Anyways, Brent, what you got for number 5?
So my number 5,
number 4, because he switched it.
Yeah, my number 4 will be probably one of the most obvious ones, but Mirror's Edge. You know,
Yes,
it's the parkour game. It's kind of just known for its parkour. You know,
and it's a good game too. The first one is. I heard the second one wasn't. I didn't really play much of the second one. I put a lot of time into the first one and enjoyed it.
I didn't like that they took the guns out of the second one.
Exactly.
In the first game, you're like flipping around John Wick style, like
Stealing
kicking people in the
guns.
face and stealing their guns. In the second one, you just don't use guns. She's like against guns. I was like, okay,
like, but I
in
just
the
played a
first
whole
game.
game.
You were blowing everybody's face off, bitch. Like, I don't know.
You saying there's no redemption, bro? You know, like, maybe she changed her ways.
I guess so. I'm just saying, man. I want to grab the strap. That was like part of the appeal of the first game to me. You know?
Yeah. No, for sure. My next one is the Lord of the Rings, like Middle Earth games. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Or like Shadow of War. Like, I guess they're not Middle of Earth. Or not Middle Earth. It's like Shadow of War and then Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Those had like some pretty decent like parkour type movements in the game.
Yeah, you do some jumping, some running, some
climbing and rolling and stuff.
Some rolling.
It's a lot less like tricky looking, you know, but a lot. I just like whenever parkour works in a game, you know, where it's like you're literally just trying to get from point A to point B, but it makes it so fluid and it feels good. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
But
I guess that leads me to my next one, which is, again, probably one of the more obvious ones, but Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed is a great parkour game.
Just as a series, you know, even the modern ones, like, that's the one thing that's remained consistent throughout the Assassin's Creed world and games is, like, the ability to just kind of, like, seamlessly run through the environment and, like, swing from ropes and, like, fucking hop off of buildings and land in hay bales and, like, do all kinds of cool parkour shit. You know what I mean? That's just, like, a big part of the game.
Well, and I think it came up right when parkour was starting to get popular. You know, like whenever Assassin's Creed first came out, what was it? It was like 2005 or 6?
I remember seeing YouTube videos of like popular parkour people dressed up like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ezio or whatever.
I'm pretty sure Ubisoft paid these people to do it.
Yeah, of course.
They're like hopping from the rooftops in France and shit.
It's so cool. Yeah, and I think Assassin's Creed is probably one of the most popular parkour video game, you know, like of all time. But it's also there's a lot of good ones. I'm not a huge fan of the series, but I know that they're fun. You know, like it's just not my thing. But number 3 for me is the Prince of Persia series. Now this goes even further, you know, back to before Assassin's Creed was dropping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my number 2 actually, but I'll move it down to number 3.
My bad. But we knew we were gonna have a lot of the same ones.
Yeah. No, I put Sands of Time specifically though because that one I feel like is I don't know.
Sands of Time was dope. Warrior Within was dope too, though. When it got rated M, dude. Whenever they got dork about it. But yeah, like I just remember always dreaming I could like do what you can do in the Prince of Persia, like just running on walls and stuff like that. And then to grow up and just see my brother do all of it, I'm like, well, it's even worse because now I know I could have done it. Like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, well, it's not real, you know, like you can't actually.
Your
do
brother
that
just
stuff.
pulls out a time dagger and just.
It's like. You can't actually do all that stuff. And like that's all he's literally a coach, like that's what he does now.
Your brother just skateboards by playing guitar, doing backflips
upside down, like on his head. Yeah, very very good game too. Like it sucks that the reboot that they were about to bring out looks so bad. Like
oh dude, yeah.
I hope that they fix that because we do need some new Prince of Persia in our lives. What you got, Brent?
All right, well, my last one is To the Top. It's a VR game.
I was thinking you were going to bring some VR games to the table, so I assumed that some of these you were going to skip over just because you wanted to bring some VR ones.
Well, a lot of the VR games are like, you know, okay, you can climb, you know, but it's like, that's not really parkour, you know, you're just climbing something, you know, like parkour, I feel like it's more of like the movement.
The fluidity.
The going from building to building or place to place,
climbing
platform to
walls,
platform. Yeah. So it's like, Population 1 almost fits the bill. I feel like it would have been an acceptable thing to put.
It's more like a rock climbing game.
But it's more like a rock climbing game. And there's even rock climbing games. But one game that stands out to me is To the Top. And it's like basically the whole premise of the game is to get to the top. And the only movements you can really do are like hops and grabs. And you've got these like stretchy hands. And like, it sounds stupid. But like you do this like thing where you just like hop in onto like balloons as they go by and you like grab them and you just bounce off and like you have this like movement that feels like a parkour-ish type thing and you're like flying through the levels and like it's really cool.
That's
like,
interesting. I want to try that out. I feel like they could make a really really dope just parkour. They could just call it parkour in VR.
They have a game that I haven't tried, unfortunately, called Stride, and basically it looks like Mirror's Edge in VR. Like,
ooh, that's cool.
It looks exactly like somebody's like, I'm gonna make Mirror's Edge in VR and call it something different, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they did.
Nice.
And like, I haven't got a chance to try it, but it's got like 9 out of 10 reviews on Steam. Like, it's really good. Like, apparently, but I haven't got to try it, so I can't like adequately put it on my list and be like, this is the game that you all have to try because I haven't even tried it, you know?
Yeah. Drive by Joe, what happened to Prince of Persia? Well, I think Assassin's Creed happened, and people just kind of gave up on Prince of Persia. But also, if you're asking what happened, as in what happened to the reboot, they put out like a trailer for it, and it looked horrible. Like it looked like they like didn't
really
because
bad.
It's a remaster, right? It was a remaster of the original one, right? And they basically, it just looked like a cartoon.
It looked like a little bit better than the original.
Than the original, yeah. So they went back to the drawing board. Apparently, they came out and they were like, "Well, we're gonna delay it because we need to do more work on it." So at least they were honest in that way. It didn't just put out a subpar game.
It looked really bad.
But so my last two are the Dishonored series.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's like the ultimate parkour first-person, stealth game. And the cool thing about that game is you can go guns blazing or you can do the stealth thing. It just depends on how you feel. But I'm one of those people that I always start I want to go stealthy. And then, I always fuck up and then end up just going guns blazing. It's like
I don't even try anymore, man.
Yeah.
I just the more people you kill in Dishonored, the more fucked up the city looks, and there's rats everywhere and shit. By the end of the fucking game, for me, it's just the fucking plague in that bitch, dude. It's just horrible.
Riding on mice,
like Willard, just
It is such a cool game though, because it's got a lot of BioShock tendencies where you can control the rats and stuff like that. You can make them attack people and things like that. Very fun, and it's got almost I feel like it's basically just BioShock with parkour.
It's Lovecraftian BioShock kind of. I guess BioShock's already kind of Lovecraftian, but
yeah.
But it's that old English kind of vibe, like Peaky Blinders and BioShock mixed together.
Yeah, with lots of blades. I love it. Yeah, and so much gore and decapitations.
A really solid series. I haven't played Death of an Outsider, but 1 and 2 are awesome games, and I've heard good things about Death of an Outsider. So,
and that's what the clock tower behind us is from Dishonored 2.
Hey, look at that.
That's where we're at. We're there. No, is it Dunwall or something?
I think so.
But anyways,
like
the final game, my number one is the Titanfall series. Titanfall.
Oh, I didn't even think about Titanfall. That's a good idea.
Good game. It's like if you took Call of Duty and gave it parkour.
I loved the original Titanfall game.
Me too.
I kicked ass at that game, dude.
Apparently, Titanfall 2 is just amazing. I never played Titanfall 2. I think it's on Game Pass right now though. So
I played a little bit of Titanfall 2 and I enjoyed it thoroughly, but I was so good at Titanfall 1 because one of the classes was the class where you could do the ping and it would you could see people through walls.
Yeah.
They nerfed the shit out of that in Titanfall 2. And it kind of bummed me out, so I didn't play it as much because that was my thing. I would turn that on, and everybody else chose to be invisible, which was dumb because I could just ping it and I would see you. You know what I mean?
Because that was OP.
Yeah, it was so OP, and nobody used it other than me. Everybody else, all the other ones sounded and looked cooler, but this one was way more useful. I would see you coming before you even walk through the door, and just
oh yeah, no,
I was that guy.
Yeah. The main differences between Call of Duty and that game is obviously the parkour, and then the fact that you have a giant robot. Giant Titan.
A Titan that would fall.
Did it fall?
Mine fall, bro.
Mine never fell.
It'd fall, dude.
Mine never falls.
That's how it arrived.
Yeah, it would just fall out of the sky. Yeah. But it's super cool game. Yeah. Anyway, so that's our topic of the show, best games with parkour. If we missed some of your favorite parkour video games, let us know in the chat or in the comments when this goes up as a YouTube video, and we'll talk with you about it. Brent, let's jump on over to the People's Champion.
Ah, yes, the champion of the people. Once again, it is that time where we must meet the People's Champion.
Yeah, so if you want to be the People's Champ in a future episode, you just got to join our Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast, where you can hang with seriously, we got 400 something people over there hanging out, and then we just post video game news and stuff over there, and we also live stream to the group, as well as you can, or we ask for questions every week, the day that the show is going to go up, so you can ask a question on there, and then we'll choose you as the People's Champ if you're question is dope enough.
Speaking of dope questions and people's champs, I think I found the champion this week.
Who is it?
It's gonna be Aaron Jones.
Damn, Jonesy be bringing the heat, though.
Jonesy be bringing the heat. Aaron says to us this week, he says, what's your take on game preservation, specifically older retro titles? He says, we're lucky to get remakes or remasters of some, but there's so many titles out there that could be left out to be lost to time. With inflation in these original games, no one is going to outright pay these prices for physical copies.
I think there's basically a ROM dump for every game that's ever existed. But I could be wrong. I feel like there's a lot of Game Boy Color games that I feel like will be lost forever, and a lot of Game Boy games and things like that like you don't think about,
Yeah,
that
but they're somebody's favorite game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, and it doesn't even have to be their favorite game. It could just be one day it just doesn't exist anymore. It's like, hey, bro, remember whatever Super Mario Land for the Game Boy? And it's like, oh yeah, dude, I do remember that. And it's like, I want to play that again, just for nostalgia's sake. And you go to find it, and it just doesn't exist because all the copies have been bought up, or for whatever reason the hardware is all dead or whatever, and there's no virtual copies of it. You can't just hop on the Switch and download it. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
It's interesting how that is. But I think game preservation through ROMs is probably our best bet. I know it's illegal, technically, but if Nintendo's not making games off of Game Boy games anymore. If you go to a place and buy a Game Boy game, none of that money goes to Nintendo. So I don't understand why they consider it why
they're so opposed
to
it.
so opposed to it, because it really is just game preservation. There's games I've played to make our cancel video games videos that you'd be surprised. I literally got to play the Dinosaur Planet for the N64. That game never came out. It never existed. But I got to play it because the ROM got dumped online. Somebody got a hold of it and dumped it, and that's so cool.
Yeah. It's scary as we move towards the all digital future, where it's things can just be lost to time. It's I feel like most of these ROMs are uploaded by somebody with a physical copy somewhere that's got full control of the DRM because they have the fucking copy. You know what I mean? And they've uploaded it themselves, I feel like moving into the future, we're going to have these completely controlled by Sony or Xbox or whatever, storefronts.
Yeah, it's going to suck.
That's the only place you're going to be able to get your shit, because digital is going to be the only thing that's available at some point in the future,
Yeah. Think about that man, I can't even remember what that movie's called. It had Michael Cera in it. He has to battle all these Scott Pilgrim. There was a beat 'em up Scott Pilgrim game that came out on Xbox 360 on the Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah.
That only came out digitally on the Xbox Live Arcade. And once they shut down that store, you can't play that game anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. But that game had a 10 out of 10 on every review and stuff like that. It's very interesting because we will lose games eventually. We're going to lose access to these things.
That's kind of how Persona 4 was for a long time too. People were buying $200 PS Vitas way after the PS Vita was relevant just to play Persona 4 because it's the only platform you could get it. You couldn't really find a ROM for it,
Yeah. Okay, so, thanks, Jonesy, for the question. We have a listener question from Drive By Joe. He says, little off subject, not on gaming, but what other podcasts do you listen to? Because I listened to the Workaholics after your recommendation, and they are hilarious. It's amazing. I love them. I'm glad you took that recommendation because I'm sure it brought a lot of laughs to your life. But the other podcasts I listen to are the Comedy Button, which is basically a bunch of dudes from IGN and GameSpy and stuff, but they're just hanging out. They're not talking about video games. They're just, buddies, and it's funny. They're actually funny dudes. And then obviously Joe Rogan, every now and then I'll get, it just depends on who's on Joe Rogan. I'm not going to listen to all of it.
You just got to pop on some Joe Rogan.
Yeah. And it also, like, I have podcasts for each mood, like, depending on what I'm into or, like, what I'm feeling. Like, obviously, I have to get video game news a lot, so I'll listen to, like, Game Scoop from IGN and Nintendo Voice Chat and stuff like that. But when I'm in the mood for, like, historical stuff, like, you can always go back and listen to Hardcore History. That is some crazy stuff. Like, you'll learn some things that you've never even thought about, like whenever it comes to like World War II or World War One, and like all these other, they're like 4-hour long segments. It's like listening to the Snyder cut of like World War II and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Check out any of those. But yeah, what about you, Brent?
I listen to a lot of like UFC related podcasts because I like to watch like fighting and stuff. But I also, Neil deGrasse Tyson has a really good podcast. I think it's Star Talk or something like that.
Oh, Star Talk. I listen to Star Talk as well.
Yeah, it's really good. There's a lot of good, interesting guests and conversations on there. If you want something like intellectual that'll like, make you think about everything.
Open your mind.
Yeah.
It's like almost like taking... what's it called? Bill Nye the Science Guy, like those videos, and turning them into a podcast, and like just like it's like Neil deGrasse Tyson breaks things down on such a level that you can understand it. My favorite thing that they do is Cosmic Queries, which they do like pretty often now because it's so popular, where people write in questions.
Oh yeah,
and then
those are good.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson just answers them with like all of his knowledge and stuff, like that. Oh, man.
It's a funny one. The Ron Burgundy podcast. They have an Anchorman podcast where Will Ferrell just does a podcast as Ron Burgundy from Anchorman, and it's so fucking funny, dude.
I checked that out whenever you told me about that a long time ago. It's pretty. It's pretty
really
weird.
dumb.
It's so weird.
It's really strange, but it's like it'll make you laugh.
Yeah, it's definitely funny.
You have to like Anchorman though. You have to like and like understand like the movie Anchorman, or else you'll just be like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I also listen to Kind of Funny podcasts, and then one other one is Knockback podcast from like Colin Moriarty. But yeah, those are the podcasts. Thanks for dropping the question drive-by. Let us know what you've been listening to, because I need some recommendations. Obviously, that's like
me too.
I'm always jamming podcasts. Anyways, Brent, what do we got for questions from the book, from the Facebook?
Moving on to the book, we got Brian Moctezuma here.
What's up?
He says, started playing Second Extinction. Have you played it? How's Jamel liking it so far since I started playing it with him?
I can't believe I didn't put that down. I forgot I played Second Extinction. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of like it's like an open world multiplayer Turok. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but not
with good graphics though.
Really good graphics. Like, the game is more pretty than it is anything else. Like, like I don't really know how to explain what the game is. Like, you kind of like Second Extinction is like the dinosaurs came back and now you got to fucking kill them all
again.
Like, yeah, like,
that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and so like you pick a character like based on class. Like, it's like, oh, this person has like a sniper and a pistol, but they can drop certain supplies and stuff for the group, or like it's almost like that game Evolve or whatever in a way, but like you run around in this big open world and you like do certain missions and stuff. Like, we put it on like insanity mode, like just because like we're so used to playing Warzone that it's hard to go back and play against bots, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then so we're just like, all right, put it on insanity. Like, you end up fighting like that giant like dinosaur that's basically Sarah from the Land Before Time, the Triceratop, right? Yeah, Triceratops. You're fighting those. It's like a boss, like, it's like you go and you like open this hangar and there's like all these little dinosaurs like running out, you're like fighting them all.
They're basically like Littlefoot from Land Before Time.
My knowledge of dinosaurs is very, very weak. But if I didn't see in Jurassic Park or The Land Before Time, I don't know what the fuck.
Kind of like that big dinosaur from We're Back.
It's like that one that spits. No, but some of the dinosaurs have like electrical powers. And some of them can teleport, and like dude, it's so weird. Like I don't even
Kind of like that dinosaur from the Flintstones.
You know the one that they
with the long neck.
the one that he slides down at the end. You know that one. No, yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I like dinosaur stuff.
Yeah, you gotta hop in the game with me.
Okay. Cool. All right, we got Jeffrey Lewis here. He says, so with Resident Evil Village being out, who's your top 3 of sexy antagonists?
Ooh, sexy antagonists. So I'm not gonna, what's the word for it? I'm not gonna restrict myself to just sexy women antagonists. Because you got to include Vaz or whatever his name is from Far Cry 3. That dude, he killed it. You know, like I feel like I wish I could.
I feel like the dude from Far Cry 4 is sexier than him.
I didn't play 4. That's the only one I didn't play.
Pagan Man, dude.
Yeah.
He's got the crab rangoon, bro.
You could also make a case for the 5th guy.
Oh, you know who's even better looking than the 5th guy is the 5th girl. The chick from the 5th game. Woo, she's hot. Okay, she's on my list. Hold up. Hold up. She gets you high on the little drugs, and then she's even hotter, and then she fucking tries to kill you. Love that
Wait,
shit.
why her being you being high makes her hotter? Like,
I don't know, because it's like kind of like Poison Ivy from Batman.
Oh,
you know, it's got that
okay.
same kind of like,
gotcha.
Like, oh man, you're bad, but hey.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of which,
You're
Poison
hot.
Ivy from Arkham Asylum.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good one there. Okay, so we got Poison Ivy. We got
any villain from Far Cry.
Yeah.
Even like the dude with the glasses and
Yeah,
shit.
even him.
Yeah,
They could all get it.
Drive by Joe says, you know that purple dinosaur that says that. What's another? Not antagonist, but BioShock Infinite, the chick from that game. She's not the antagonist, but
yeah,
you just
she's
gotta
like the
throw her
protagonist.
Elizabeth. Yeah.
Hold up. We gotta think of sexy antagonists.
It's hard though. There's not that many like sexy antagonists.
There are. We just gotta think of them. You know.
I really.
There's gotta be a sexy ass antagonist.
All right. Let me think.
You know.
GLaDOS. No, just kidding. Like, there's not really. They don't do that much in video games. I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, what are you gonna say? Like,
no, there's got to be one. Hold up, there has got to be one.
Maybe
all the sexy antagonists I'm thinking of from video games like make a full 360 halfway through the game and become your ally.
Become
by the
the
end of
ally.
The game. Yeah.
But they're antagonists at some point. So who are you thinking about?
Well, there's a chick in The Evil Within 2
Oh.
who's like kind of a bad guy at the beginning, but then she helps you like break out at the end of the game. Like spoiler alert, but.
Wow, dude, you just ruined that game. No, I'll take that. We tried. We got some good ones in there.
Yeah, that's what we got for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the last question?
Let's see. No, we got one more.
Okay.
Kevin Lott's here. He says,
Kevin.
Epic versus Apple thoughts, and also thoughts on Epic attempting to get first-party Sony and Microsoft games on their store.
Wait, hold on. So Epic is trying to get first-party Sony and Microsoft?
They've already got first-party Days Gone with exclusive rights to it for a little bit.
That's insane. But also, I feel like Sony is just like, we don't even really care about that game. You know, like,
yeah, I kind of feel like Sony's like, fuck it, just try to make as much money off you.
Yeah, because they literally like
they just
took
gave
that
it away
team,
for free as the fucking game this month or something, or last month. I can't remember.
Yeah, and like I remember the director on that game was like so pissed off on Twitter, like going off about how like people need to buy games or whatever. Like
I do remember that. He was freaking out.
He was just like, people should buy games full price or whatever, not wait for them to go on sale. But it's like, bro, I mean, like, if the game doesn't look good, I'm not going to pay full price for it.
I mean, Days Gone does look good to me. I just heard so many negative things. But again, I shouldn't let that influence my decision because I feel like a lot of people just have shitty taste, you know?
That's true. Everyone does but me. No, I'm just kidding. No, like it. That's the thing is like in your own head, it's hard to relate to these journalists, you know, because a lot of them, I will read these articles. I'll go in and read the reviews, and I'm just like, dude, where are you getting that from?
My thing is I'll read like 3 or 4 reviews, and it sounds like every review I read sounds like the other person read the other person's review and like changed words in it, like when you're doing a paper for school and you're like copying from online and you're trying to make it like a little different so you don't get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Alana Klabunde, if that's how you pronounce your last name. Devin, at the beginning of the show we talked about this. Devin has COVID-19. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Devin passed away.
God. No, Devin's sick right now. I'm sure it's just something like
COVID-19.
COVID-19. No, it's definitely like
probably just COVID-20.
Yeah, he's
No
moved
way.
on. No, but no, he'll be back next week. I'll read you the text. Hold on, y'all are gonna get some behind the scenes
Oh shit!
behind the
dude.
scenes stuff
We're
between
letting
all
you
of
in
us.
on the behind the scenes.
He said, "Hey guys, I'm not gonna be able to be there today. Last couple of days have been a little rough, and I'm still not back to 100%. I'll be back in full force next week." Yeah, just so you guys know, he has full Rona. No, but
100% Rona.
Yeah. All right, that should be it for the listener questions, right? That's it. Okay.
So now we're gonna move on over to Brent's Trivia Bang Bang Extravaganza.
Oh, I like that. It sounds like the title to a 007 movie or something.
Thanks. Yeah, I thought long and hard on that last night.
Yeah.
You know?
Trivia Bang Bang.
So I'm going back to trivia. I don't know. I'm just jumping around now.
That's fine, man.
I don't even care
it's
anymore.
It's your little section of the show. You get to do what you want. So let's do it.
All right. So these are multiple choice questions. Got some fun trivia for you here.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Guys, feel free to play along at home if you're watching
If you're watching
at
the
home.
live stream.
Yeah. So the first question. Tennis star Serena Williams won which major tournament while pregnant with her first child? Was it A, the ATP Finals, B, the US Open, C, Wimbledon, or D, the Australian Open?
It's the Wimbledon.
Oh, no.
What?
It was the Australian Open.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What? I'm so upset at myself that I don't know anything about tennis. I know the Wimbledon is a tennis thing. I thought all those other ones you were just trying to, like, fool me.
No, I looked up a whole list of tennis tournaments. I didn't know shit about tennis. So I was like, I just looked up a list of popular tennis tournaments, and I just kind of copy and pasted them all on here. So.
Damn, good job.
Thanks.
You got me with that one.
Thanks, yeah.
I thought it was at the Mario Open. You know?
The Flower Cup, bro.
The Flower Cup.
All right, next question.
All right, let's hear it.
Which author wrote Winnie the Pooh? Was it A, B.B. Bradley, B, A.A. Milne, C, D.D. Roberts, or D, C.C. Davis?
It's A.
No.
No, hold on. Give me one more.
Okay.
It's D then.
No.
Really?
It's B, A.A. Milne.
That's such bullshit. Devin would have got all these right too. Like Devin's sitting at home just like laughing.
Like,
at me.
this fucking idiot. He doesn't know anything about Winnie
Doesn't
the
know
Pooh
the
or
trivias, dude.
tennis.
Is that the last one?
I got one more.
All right, one
for
more.
you.
I got to get one of these.
All right, you got this one, okay?
Viewer said B. So they knew. They knew.
Dude, he knew.
No, I
He
think
knew.
it's a she. She
knew.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
job. At knowing. Apparently, I'm just dumb. All right, let's give me the next one.
All right. Congratulations, whoever's playing along at home and got the answer right. The next question is, where was the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights all stored during World War II?
Is it Nicolas Cage's house? No,
Was it A, Nicolas Cage? No, I'm just kidding. Was it A, Fort Knox, B, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, C, Yulin Naval Base, or D, the Pentagon?
Damn, dude, this is hard as hell. Fort Knox.
Ah, you got it!
Yeah.
Woo!
And this is what happens when you ask me about U.S. history, bro. I'm like a
I
historian, dude.
I'm pretty much Nicolas Cage.
But yeah, that was great. That was great. Thanks for listening in, guys. Drive by Joe. Thanks so much, man.
Yeah, everybody watching on Facebook, we love y'all.
Yeah, we'll good game. GG. Yeah, for sure. And then F in the chat, please, because the show's over. But we'll be back next week. And chat with you. Drive by Joe, make sure you listen to some of those podcasts because I'm going to have to talk with you about them on the show. But remember, you guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms. But you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast. Check out our video content on youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle I'll draw for Jamel, Brent at Brent has one. That's the number 1. And Devin at Devin Dreas, right? I think